Hey guys, namaste and hope all of you doing great. Thank you so much for tuning in back to my channel. Now this video is already in my channel, the Venus in the 11th. However, apparently there's some problems with the audio as such. This needs to be reworked. Now this video is specifically dedicated to one Mr. Ravi Kapil. Now, Ravi Kapil is a subscriber who has been relentlessly telling me to get this fixed for years. I mean, literally, I think about 2 years plus now, perhaps. So, this video is for you, Ravi, and thank you so much for waiting. Sorry to have kept you waiting for this, but here you are. All right, this video is for you, man. All right, so let's talk about Venus in the 11th. Now, Venus first, then 11, then we'll see how it infuses. Now, Venus, let's not, I mean, the one that you, I mean, if you browse to Google and on YouTube and all that, the first thing you'll see about Venus is women and sex and passion and all that. Yeah, it is true, no doubt about that. But then many of you know that I like to dwell into the very core of things, the cream of things, the essence of things. Now, the principle of Venus is the sensory. Right? You have the five plus one sensory. Now, five. The common ones are hearing, vision, smell, taste, right, and touch. Okay, but then the one that integrates, the one that consolidates all this into a repository is the mind, manasindriya. Okay, so this indriyas altogether is the one that is used to connect with the material world. All right, now Venus, as you all know, is the teacher of the demons, just like Jupiter is the teacher of the gods. Why do they say that? Venus's responsibility is to make sure that we would stay in the path of non-spirituality. It keeps us connected with the material world. As such, it introduces us to the world of karma. Now, karma doesn't just mean sex and those kind of adulterated ideas. This notion is very, very wrong, right? Karma is one of the four tenets of Hinduism. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. They are a sequence of um, acceptance in order for us to live a fulfilled life. All right, karma, no thanks to Kama Sutra and all this which has ruined the word, but karma itself means a pleasures of life. Okay, and it is part of the four tenets of Hinduism, right? So why is it bad? It's not bad. It's like um, to understand karma, Venus comes into a position. Venus says that, look, whatever that you do, right, whatever that you do things, see, hear, touch, and all that, is to make sure that you're connected with this world. All right, it's really not much interested with the other dimensions, God and all this. Really not interested. It's only interested with how can you find pleasures in life. Okay, which again, all forms of pleasures. It's from art forms to, I mean, art forms itself is huge, right? Drama, music, dance, poetry, sculpture, many things, right? Cooking, and then, or not only that, every other pleasures of life, which is again all the sensories, the things that you touch, the things that you hear, music, the things that you taste, food, and all that, smell, your vision, and also the one that consolidates all of this is the mind. All right, so again, the function of Venus is to ensure that you're always connected to the world, the materialistic world. Now, why is this still bad? All right, so remember, Vedic astrology is from the main corpus of the Vedas. Now, Vedas, in summary, says that, I mean, it's not easy to summarize the Vedas, but then from my very least understanding of Vedas is that we must live a fulfilled life, a life filled with knowledge. The word Veda itself means knowledge. In Tamil, Veda is called Vid. Vid means seed, right? So one has to fulfill that, but to fulfill that, one has to make sure that the sensories, right, must be intact, must be in control, must be in a disciplined manner. All right, So which means our sensories, again, our sense of hearing, vision, smell, speech, taste, I mean, and also our touch must be always controlled, or how can I put this, in a way that you must know what you're doing. Okay, you should not just leave it to itself. All right, it will ruin us. Which is why in yoga or any schools where you want to pursue spirituality, the first thing they'll teach you is pratyaram. Pratyahara or pratyaram means your ability to withdraw from these senses, right? And also the word govinda, right? I think I said this before. Go means emotions, vinda means to annihilate, to destroy emotions. Now essentially pratyaram and govinda is about the same. It's trying to tell us that we have to be in control with what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we touch, and more importantly is what we think. Right? Remember the manas indriya, the sixth sense is the most important. Right? Okay, so Venus, okay, to put it in a nutshell, Venus means it gives us all the pleasures, the karma, for us to enjoy life. All right. Now let's look at 11th. The 11th is called the Labha, house of gains. All right. Now, again, the essence is very important here. You have the 12th house is a house of Vyaya, house of loss, which also means that for us to prepare to go into spirituality. The 10th is a house of karma, our working. It's a lot of pressure, there are a lot of stress. We need to get things done, right? Smacked in between spirituality and our karma responsibility is house of pleasure, labha. All right, this labha or gains is a very important aspect between the 10th and the 12th. All right, now the 11th is also the 10th house from the second, the 10th from the second, which means that the ability to be inclusive about everything. Okay, which is why the 11th is always it always denotes friendship, huge number of people, mass gatherings, connections, business, entrepreneurship, gains, basically. So it means because you are from the transition, and from the house of karma, your responsibility, which means you have no time for pleasures and all that, the 10th house. You're working, all right? The 12th is the house of, detachment, renouncing things. So when you come to the 11th, in between is a transitory period, right, where you say, okay, now I need to let it go for me to prepare to go to the 12th house, right? It's something like the Vanaprastha state, right, where you start to let go of your bondage, your assets and all that, so that your mind will be clear, you'll be free from greed, avarice and all that, right? So the 11th is the last karma house, right, which means it's very, very powerful. What it does is it makes sure that you are maximizing your karma. You're maximizing your karma. You're doing everything and anything to enjoy and to gain as much publicity out there. All right, it's all about being gregarious, going out, meeting people, finding something which is solid, and from there making it even greater. Right, it's all about maximizing your abilities, going to the max. Say if you are, the 4th is house of comforts. Okay, I'm going to just compare 4th and 11th. 4th is house of comforts. Okay, I want a car for me to travel from one place to another. It's comfortable to me, it's fine, it's good. The 11th is, I want a Lambo, I want a Ferrari, I want a sports car, I want something which is fast, I want something which is expensive. You see the difference, right? So the 4th and the 11th, they have some similarities, but the 11th is about really, really connecting out there, really, really going out. There's no boundaries, there's no bounds. We need to express, accept, and grow in every forms and fashion, right? So it also feel a little bit of Rahu in it. The only difference is Rahu will get anything and everything in very devious ways. He will cheat, beg, borrow, whatever, steal to get it done, All right, so 11th, and so you can imagine the 11th is all about karma, the last karma house. Venus is personification of karma. What happens if these two comes together? All right. Needless to say, superfluous to say, that it's going to be a really pleasurable time. In every form and fashion, from bed pleasures right to money, to food, to enjoying aesthetics of life, beauty, fancy cars, buying the huge mansion. It's like it's the person, when the person is born, the person will be deemed as a very, very rich person. Okay. All right. She or he would be always connected with money. Somehow or other, some money will come to him or her. In the particular dasa of Mahadasa of Venus, 20 years, it's going to be even stronger. All right. But of course, there are many things. This is just a framework. Okay. I haven't talked about difficult times, Prigubindu, Sandhi points, and all that. But the fact is, the 11th and Venus, it's a marriage made in heaven for pleasures and all the love and all the pleasure seeking guys out there. 11th Venus is sort of the best of the best. All right. It gives you all the gains that you want, because you'll make sure that you get it. All right. You will try to do everything to bring that kind of money. You'll have many friends. Friends will be everywhere. Anywhere you go, you will be having friends. Okay. You will have a very amiable personality, very affable personality, easy to approach. You will have this sort of a magnetism in your face. People will just fall in love with you. That kind of thing. It's the way you look at it, right? The way you look at it. If you feel that this is good, then that is great for you. If you think that it is overly greedy, yes, it will be, because it's overly powerful. Many people will lose a lot of things end of the day, especially relationship. They will not stay in one relationship. They keep moving because it's not enough for them. The Venus in the 11th, they always getting more and more and more and more and more. All right, so I'm going to stop here right now. So Ravi, this is for you. All right, thank you. Namaste.